Hello everyone, welcome to the Joking Dolphin Gaming Pod. I'm Mark, and as always I'm joined by Matthew.
Hello.
And Nathan.
Hey up.
How are we all doing?
Apart from the flu, I'm all good. Just trying to survive.
It's all we can ever hope for. As Beyonce said, you're a survivor. Was it Beyonce? I don't even know.
It was Beyonce.
Was it?
And, I,
yes.
and I will keep on surviving.
That was a pure guess on my part.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was right.
I thought you were just up on your Destiny's Child, Mark.
Yeah.
You used to listen to him in your youth.
Yeah. Shall we move on to news?
Let's do it.
Is this news or is this just meme fodder?
Depends what you're referring to.
Yeah. Should we talk about possibly the worst game of the year?
What, not Gollum?
Well, yeah, just when you thought the bottom of the barrel hadn't been scraped enough.
What about
I
that
think-
Last of Us,
Oh yeah, there was that
one as well? What was it called again?
It still had last in it.
Was it like something escape or was it
It definitely had the word last in it.
the
Anyway.
The last, it was the last something, I think. No. I don't know. I
It
don't care.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about Skull Island, Rise of Kong.
I'm sure everyone's heard about it.
Well,
Or
if you've
seen
not,
it.
yeah, you're about to. So what is this game? So
Good
I
question.
mean,
What is this game?
it was released on Tuesday, and from what I could tell, was it meant to be coming out as some time of a IP that was coming out? I don't know. I could have read that wrong somewhere, but I mean, I don't know where to start. I mean, we've seen some of the cutscenes of the game, which I will say are
They're amusing. I'll say that.
there's something.
I
I mean,
mean,
the one. Go on.
So I was just gonna say I can't get over the one where there's like a freeze frame, like a screenshot of some dinosaur.
There
thing.
is.
It's like
No,
what is
yeah.
what?
So it's like this kind of is. So
They
this
look like
dinosaur
mutated
thing,
turkeys, don't they?
yeah, is like growling at Kong, and Kong initially appears kind of surprised by this, or like really sad. I don't know. It's got some emotion. I'll give him that.
He certainly does.
He's going through some emotions. And then for about maybe like a second or two, there's like just like this screenshot came up of like the dinosaur thing, like I don't know, looks like it's about to attack or something, but like it's literally just a screenshot.
Yeah,
And then Kong just
overlaid.
gets like,
You can just
Yeah.
slightly see the background behind it, so you can tell
Yeah.
it's a
yeah, you can still see the
rectangle
background.
screen.
Yeah. And like Kong
so
just gets like really mad and then just like very slowly pounds on this turkey. I don't know.
I like how he just slaps it and he just falls straight with a thud.
I know.
That's the power of Kong.
And I mean, what? There was no one as well where like Kong's having a walk and then as a bit of a slip down a cliff,
Oh, yeah.
comically. And then the bloody worm monster from Resident Evil 3 turns up and just like growls back. And then I don't know.
It's weird,
Oh.
like when he's pounding things, it's like his arms are just going in slow motion.
Yeah, it just goes really slow. I really don't know what to make. Have you seen any gameplay of this?
A bit of it.
I've seen bits, yeah.
Have you seen where these three giant crabs kind of come sliding into
Oh yeah, it's like
into frame like g'day, like what? And then
it's like crab swipe left,
and then
crab
just
swipe
like
right.
yeah, and they're just swiping around, and then Kong's just kind of got a basic kind of 3-move combo, and then the crab kind of grabs him sometimes, and it looks as though I think he's meant to like chuck him, but he just kind of throws him back where he was.
Yeah. Who are we blaming for this?
I don't know.
It's the publisher.
I mean, the developers, I think it's Game Mill, and has worked on previous like IP games.
The publisher is Game Mill.
Oh, is it publisher? Sorry, publisher. Do we know who the
developer.
developer is?
Iguana Bee.
Ah.
Now he's done that game mill. I've got a history of shovelware.
Oh dear.
I wonder why they've got that reputation. But yeah, apparently this only had 1 year development. So
I mean, it looks like it.
So the Verge website managed to speak to one of the developers of the game, and they wanted to remain unnamed for obvious reasons.
No, I don't.
Because why would you want to be attached to this project? But it says the development process of this game was started in June of last year, and it was aimed to end on June 2nd of this year. So 1 year development process. I mean,
it's nothing these days. If you're not putting at least 3 or 4 years into a game, actually saying that, we get a COD every year, don't we? Split up into a few different developers, but at least they get 2 or 3 years.
Let's say they at least get 3 years, so it's not. you know the quality is going to be consistent with that one, but yeah, like 1 year development should that should be like game in beta, or at least just coming into it. Like that's not. Oh well, done, game finished.
No, but did you hear how many people were working on it? So the project only had between 2 to 20 people working on it at any one time. I don't know how a publisher can expect a game of, well, I was going to say a game of quality, but I don't think they care, to be honest, which is why they didn't put more resources onto it.
I mean, clearly
that is
not.
insane.
Like, what?
You can't give them that resources and have it a year.
What games have they published?
I don't want to know. I don't care. It's just a load of nonsense. Just an endless list of shovelware. But do you know what the all-time peak players on Steam are?
Is it like 12?
It's going to be like 2,000 or something.
Oh, no, it ain't, mate. It's a whole 22.
22.
Yeah.
I thought like the word that would go about and there'd be enough people to get it go.
Do you want to hear some Steam user reviews?
Go on then.
We had
get some reviews.
These normally like spicy.
So we got, this is an actual video game, not an SFM meme project that I initially thought it was. Its absurdity rivals a toddler's scribble, making Golem's video game seem like a masterpiece. This catastrophe appears as if a crack-addled con artist designed it, aiming to scam unsuspecting 5-year-olds. A disaster in every pixel.
That's pretty scathing, that is.
Yeah. But there we go. Things wrong with the game. Bad combat, bad visuals. Opening the game causes my GPU drivers to crash. Poor level design. Boring boss fights. Things good with the game. Monkey.
I hope it's done that as well. It's like, monkey.
Yeah. Truly the game of all gaming time. Got me stroking my Kong.
Oh, calm down there, sir.
This game has to be a money laundering scheme. Ain't no way in hell you got the Kong license to make this.
Where would they have got the license from as well? Because, like,
well, yeah,
Kong's a big license, you know. It's had some decent games in the past.
Well, there was the Peter Jackson one a few years ago for PS2 and 360.
5, was it?
Feels like it.
I heard it was like decent, you know.
I really enjoyed it. Like easy 1,000 gamer score as well. Can't complain there.
Yeah. My personal favourite Steam review was Harambe died for this.
Of course.
That hits deep. I don't like that. I'm upset now.
Yep.
Poor Harambe.
Shocker. Absolute shocker. It's quality control. Does it exist no longer?
Well, lack of, yeah. But are you not curious? I am.
No, I'm not curious.
Why are you curious?
Part of me thinks that this is the whole point now, though. Is that if your game's really bad, they're hoping it will become a meme, because then people will start buying it.
I can appreciate the hustle. Yeah.
Might have a point there.
I might buy it.
No.
I'll let you know.
You've got to say no.
Why?
Just say no, Nate. Because, what do you mean why? We've just gone through the reasons why.
You've got more money than sense sometimes, I swear.
Do you know what? You always regret the things that you don't do in life, and I think buying this game is one of them.
A
fool and his money is easily parted. That's all I'll say.
What can you say? Oh. Can we move over to something else?
Yeah. shall we have some good news?
Ooh, good news.
Developers
I like good news.
doing good things.
For good people.
So, developer Shiny Shoe, who are the developers of a game called Inkbound, have announced that they're going to be removing all microtransactions from their game.
Nice.
Oh,
That's good.
So Inkbound is a tactical turn-based roguelike game. And the statement on Steam says, today we are announcing that we are removing all in-game monetization from Inkbound in our next major update on October 27th, 2023. It's our goal to create games we can invest into and update beyond release. As developers, we enjoy expanding our games over time, combining our creativity with community feedback to add new content and fun. For that reason, we launched Inkbound with 2 in-game monetization features to support the ongoing development of the game: the leveling pass and the cosmetic shop. We tried to make these as generous and straightforward as possible, while simultaneously being 100% optional, cosmetic only, with no impact on gameplay and with no FOMO. However, it's clear that industry and player sentiment is trending against the presence of these features. For that reason, we are removing in-game monetization completely. Content from the existing leveling passes will be turned into cosmetic-only, optional supporter pack DLCs sold on Steam. The rest of the cosmetic content will continue to be available in-game and earned via playing. To anyone reading this who purchased anything in-game, thank you truly. We hope you've enjoyed your time with Inkbound so far, and we'll do our best to release a strong 1.0 sometime next year. I presume that's an update. Anyone who has made any purchases will receive additional bonus rewards as part of this transition as a thank you for your support. That's quite an unprecedented step, isn't it?
Yeah.
Usually it's the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't got any monetization. Here you go. Let's have some of that.
But on the flip side, at least there's a reason for why they did it initially, to build on the game, rather than just being totally for greed.
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of forgive it if it's an indie developer, because they're going to need the money more.
Yeah.
Whereas,
no.
It's when AAA games decide they're going to do that this route. It's just like, you've got no excuses to be doing this when you're flogging your game to 70 quid to begin with.
Mm-hmm. So there's going to be like DLC packs to purchase on top of the normal game. Is that right?
This is here. Content from the existing leveling passes will be turned into cosmetic only optional supporter pack DLCs sold on Steam.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The rest of the cosmetic content will continue to be available in game and earned via play.
That's good. That's what I think it should be like, and not like it was for Battlefront 2, for example, where you had to put however many hours in to get Darth Vader if you wanted to earn that in game. That was crazy. As long as it's done right, definitely it's a good step.
I mean, it's quite amazing to see a developer actually caring about the players for once.
Yeah. Actually looking at the data and saying it's not what our players want, so we're going to actually listen to you for a change rather than ram it down your throat. Yeah.
But it does make me wonder where the money is going to come from then.
Well, they'll be selling them DLC packs, so they might get some money from there.
That's just Well, this is another thing as well, isn't it? Because they're going to be in the news for this now. Maybe that's going to incline more people to buy the game. To support them. Because they've done something good. So every now and again we do get these positive things.
That's it. It's not all negative, is it?
Yeah.
It's not all Skull Island.
Well, that's publishers. I'm not really going to blame developers there. It sounds like they
got a bad hand as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
To be fair.
No one likes developers getting dealt a bad hand. And I'm just doing the best with it. Right, well, have you guys heard of the event EGX?
I've indeed.
I've heard of it. Yep.
It's one of the UK's biggest gaming event of the year. And they normally have tournaments on and such, and it's normally quite competitive. And so we got to I think it was the winners final of the Tekken 7 tournament. It just started, and then some mischievous, shall we say, events happened. Well, I don't know how to characterize it, because it could be a little touchy subject, but I thought we would mention it because it is something that's, I suppose, happened at the biggest event for the UK. So as the game was kind of getting kicked on, there was 3 individuals who invaded the stage, shall we say. And I think two of them were smearing orange paint on the monitors that the players were going to play from, while another individual had like a water blaster with orange paint in there as well, spraying it on the big sort of monitor over top, so the audience could see what was going on. And then I suppose they did their usual spiel that they do nowadays, the just stop oil people.
Is nothing sacred anymore? I mean, they must have run out of ideas. Because they've been doing all these major sporting events, and now they've turned up at EGX and invaded a Tekken 7 tournament. I mean, come on.
It does seem a bit of a random place to do a protest.
Tons of people saw that.
Well, it's got us talking about it, so it's done its job.
Well, I kind of wish we hadn't talked about it, because I don't want to give them publicity.
I don't want to get too political, but I can understand why they do what they do, and there's a reason for it.
It's not about the message. It's
the medium, exactly. It's how they go about it. It's annoying because there's some things that happen and it stops people from getting to work, and obviously times are hard at the minute, and it's things like that annoy me. It's like affecting regular people trying to just do the job, really. This doesn't, to be honest, as far as I can see.
They really need to pick their moments and where to sort of interrupt and stuff. Like I understood it at the when it happened at the Labour conference. Like, okay, I get it. Politicians are there.
Although they're not in charge, but all right.
I mean, they're not in charge, but they could be next year. We'll see.
Do it to the people actually in charge. That might work out better.
Yeah. No. Well, they try and do what they can when they glue themselves to the roads in London.
It's just I don't know what putting orange paint on a Tekken 7 massive screen is going to do to publish their campaign. It makes no sense to me. What's the point?
Well, the point is the talking point, isn't it? And something that they can plaster all over social media that they've done.
Well, I suppose in a way they've got what they want, haven't they?
But I can understand. I can understand the other major sporting events, but I don't understand this one. This one.
When they were doing it in the snooker.
Well, maybe they're just trying to hit different demographics though to get the word out.
Or they're running out of ideas.
Could be.
I just wish they'd run out of paint.
Oh, God. I don't think that'll ever happen.
This thing is I don't want to continue with this political cycle, but they've even been throwing stuff on like works of art, or trying to.
Yeah.
But thankfully they were covered in perspex and glass and all that.
Oh yeah, didn't they? That was like one of their first kind of. Yeah. I suppose.
It's like
protesting.
How are you going to get anybody on your side by doing something like that? It's counterproductive, surely. But anyway, this is a gaming podcast.
True. I will finish off that there was a spokesperson that came out after what they did.
Oh, was it?
And they said
for them or the event?
No, for the protesters.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, lay you down a bit. It's pretty short and sweet. So they've said video games let us escape into new and exciting dimensions, but real-world physics are about to deliver the deaths of billions. Put more carbon into the atmosphere at this point, and it's game over. Gamers cooperate to win, and we need these skills to survive. Everyone must step up and join in civil resistance against new oil and gas, because this isn't a game. Let us unite to make this world safe so that we can get back to exploring cyber worlds.
I'm all for saving the planet, but come on, there's better ways.
I felt bad for the organisers, because that's all the stuff that they've like ruined now. Like, that's not cheap money.
No, it isn't.
numpties.
Did they carry on with tournament after, do we know? Did they finish it? I imagine so. After they cleaned up all the monitors and stuff.
Yeah. Just
I think one worry that I do have coming out of this is kind of like, where was the security?
Yeah, I did watch that, and they just wandered on stage and nobody did anything.
They literally, if you watch it, they kind of just
Sauntered on.
and like nobody thought about stopping them. I think the guys that were playing were probably as confused as everyone else. Just like, where's the security in this? Like,
I was running, just speared him off at stage. So
proper Roman Reigns.
So that is worrying. The fact that there was nobody there, or nobody could be bothered.
I think that's it, isn't it? Like, apparently, a member of the security staff did like come on while they were doing like some sort of speech and just stand in front of them.
Yeah, it just went waving his arms out. It's like, what's that going to do, mate?
He thought it was Jude Bellingham. Do you know what I mean? Like, like, what are you doing? Just drag him off. What are you doing?
It's like a bit of physicality. One person grabs arms, other one grabs legs. Just oof them out. Not string.
Chucked him into crabs to be ripped apart.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. Well, when are we going to see it? When we're going to think we're going to see him next?
Summer Games Fest.
Right. The only way I'll get on top of it. The only reason, right? If they cover Bobby Kotick in orange paint, I'll be all for it.
Then you'll sign up for
to
stop oil.
That's when you'll be happy.
I'm
definitely on board now. Yeah, I'll join in. Here's some orange paint.
Yeah, you'll be there up on stage with t-shirt on.
Holding hand up with orange paint on.
We
got any other business? Anything anybody wants to talk about then? Let's go random. Let's go off. I was going to say something there, but it sounds a bit rude. I was going to say off-piste. You can say off-piste, can't I? Yeah, that's a skiing term.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's go off-piste. Any other business? Anybody anything wants to talk about?
Do you know what? Since it's just come out, I want to talk SpiderMan 2.
Yeah, okay.
Non-spoilers, though.
Let's talk.
So don't worry, everyone.
SpiderMan 2.
Yeah.
I really want to spoil, but...
Well, you can't.
Hey, if you spoil it for Mark, I'll spoil it for you. Because I'm nearly finished.
Well, yeah, apparently go ahead. So
let's just talk about mechanics and things like that, and the world. It's not major story.
I mean, as we heard previously, the world is twice as big, and it is still an absolute treat to traverse, especially with the wingsuit.
I love the web wings. They're like a fantastic addition.
I'm really glad for those wind tunnel things.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah,
they really help.
Though I did have a bit of an issue when I first started using them with the inverted controls. It did put me about a bit, and then I would just nose diving into the ground. But I've got used to it now, so it's all right. And on most of the map, I've managed to unlock fast travel because I don't do much of the side missions, but I do enough so that I can do what I need to do.
Yeah, because you only need to do about half of it, don't you?
Yeah.
To unlock the fast travel at each district.
Yeah.
I think there's only one side activity that I've not unlocked. It's still like question mark for me, but I think I've got most of them. I think the side missions this time around are a lot more enjoyable to do than they were in Spider-Man 1. Not saying that they were bad in the Spider-Man 1, because I think they were more of a collectathon, and there's a bit of history behind them. Like if you played the first one, you picked up Peter's like backpacks around the city, and each you got like items in them that like told a bit of a story about like obviously his history with maybe J. Jonah Jameson or like some of the villains. I think that's one of the best things about the world that he did in the first game, and like they've just been building on in each game afterwards, is like just how like well realized the world is. Like stuff has like already happened, and you get to find out through all these like little stories. It's not like a retread of Pia's origin story again. Like we've done that, you've seen that 500 million times now. Here's our world. Pia's already been living it, for the last 10 years or so, however long it's been, and just getting to see like little nitpicks of what that like history has been like for him. I love it.
It is a cracking game.
Yeah. I mean, combat as well. Like
when you're putting the powers into it as well. Oof, that combat's fun.
I do prefer playing with Miles because of the electricity. You just feel like you can do a bit more.
I think I tend to play as Miles more.
I feel like I've played Miles more a little bit more. It seems I don't know, it seems a bit weird that it seems initially geared to Miles for a good chunk of the story. But
I do like it, like how it digs into both the stories as well, and it's interchangeable. And there are some segments where you get to swing together and they get to talk, which is nice. I enjoy them bits. I've come across some bugs though. It's not all perfect.
Really?
Yeah. And I know some other people have as well, as per
perfect.
the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you do, Matt. What's all them videos you've been sending?
I don't know what you're talking about. They're all good parts. The good parts.
Oh yeah, fantastic. It's great being stuck in a building and then having to jump down a gaping hole to kill yourself. Yeah, that's just one of mine. I did get to a point where I could not.
Why didn't you fast travel?
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, why? Yeah.
But the next thing
wasn't this the same problem you had? Was it Breath of the Wild? Did you have something similar?
No, it was Pokemon.
Oh, was it Pokemon? Yes.
It was Pokemon. I got stuck in a mountain, and then I got stuck under the map. It seemed to be something similar, but I did actually go under the map as well.
You've got issue with this sort of thing, haven't you? Now you know if it ever happens to you in any game ever from now on, fast travel your way out.
That's it.
You know what? I will say I've run into two. I don't know how you call it. I wouldn't say game breaking, but I'd say
game delayed.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't progress. Basically, I got stuck, and no matter what I tried, couldn't get out of it. One of them seemed pretty consistent that I could do. That I could repeatedly just get myself stuck. Another one, I want to blame the AI on that one. And I feel like one of them I can't talk about because it's a little story spoilerish.
Okay.
I'll just say there's a point where you get to the, I suppose, carnival / ride amusement place.
Yep.
You might have got there. So what I did is I completed all the mini games that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
You go get your prize. And then I must have ran forward too much or something, like the AI companions got stuck somewhere. And I decided to sit on a bench because I'd not done it yet. I was like, I want to do everything that's interactive. I'm going to sit on this bench. And then just nothing. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't get off the bench. Can't fast travel because it's story related, so it's locked for that point. So I did have to restart. And what should have basically happened once I let the AI catch up to me when I reset the checkpoint, was that one of them is meant to sit with you and you have a nice little chat and then you can get up. But because they'd gone to Narnia somewhere, I don't know. They went somewhere. They buggered off. So yeah, I'd be careful of that one. And also, I got a bug there as well because what you get for the prize, there was actually something else that was missing from that prize. And then when I sat down, the thing that you get kind of bugged and it was kind of hanging through Peter's neck. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Right, that's the thing. The only other one as well, I don't know if this was part of a story or something. I had to clear out a one of Craven's group of people from this rooftop. And then you're meant to go over to this table and inspect stuff to, I suppose, progress whatever it was further. But there's a little sort of like overhanging ledge thing at the top that when I webbed to it, I got stuck, couldn't get off it, could not get off it, tried everything, couldn't do it. Went into my map because it was story based, fast travel was locked again. I was like, what is happening? Like, and then I tried resetting my checkpoint and it crashed my game. So I'd send that report over. Be like, Insomniac, look at this, fix this, because I managed to do it again, but when I reset the second time, it worked, thankfully enough. But I was like, oof, not liking. I mean, it's not killed like my enjoyment of the game so far. Like, I've run into plenty of progression blocking bugs before that kind of resolve themselves when you go back a save, but yeah. And then there's just plenty of other glitches as well, you know, knocking people into stairs and then just get stuck in the stairs. That's fun. Knocked another guy. It seems to be ragdoll physics that seem to be the glitches, really. Because they just want to do whatever they want. So I do like the people stick to the buildings again when you knock them off.
Just like
SpiderMan doesn't kill folks.
Oh, does he not? I've seen some of the angles he smashes people into steps.
Well,
I had one really bad bug, and I thought this ended the game for me at one point. So I got to a bit, and I'm probably about 14 hours, 15 hours in at this point. It's a good fair bit through the game. And you get to, it's the first bit of the checkpoint you get to, and you've got to click a series of buttons to activate this new power that you've got. And it was not doing it. I was clicking the right buttons, and I tried restarting the checkpoint, and it didn't work. I tried coming out of the game, loading back in to that checkpoint, and I got to a point where I had to go back out into the overworld and redo the level again, and it wasn't working still. And after about 7 attempts of me knowing what buttons to click and doing it literally the second it goes into that new chapter, then it allowed me to do it, and I was just so relieved because I thought I've put 15 hours into this, and if this was where it ends, I'm not going to be best pleased. But yeah, I managed to get around that. And there was one bit where I had to go back again. It was one of the Mary Jane sections where she goes around with a little taser. And I think I did something a bit too quickly, so it didn't trigger one of the triangles for her to research something, and it just didn't pop at all. So I had to kind of go back to the beginning of that level and do that again.
Oh, you know what? I had something similar as well with Mary Jane, where going through this level, I think I might have done something similar to you. I think I took Hunter down, and there was something that I was meant to, I suppose, examine, but it didn't pop up initially. I was like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? And it
Was the camera all weird for you
popped up
when it did it?
No, the camera wasn't weird. Like, it eventually popped up, but yeah, that was a bit scary. I had another one as well. I was doing a side mission, and it gets to the point in front of this church where you have to like basically fight off all the hunters and stuff. I beat everyone up, and then nothing was happening. I was like, okay, what's going on? And then like I think P was kept on saying, oh, we've got to finish off these talons, the like mechanical bird enemies. There was none anywhere. Tried going out a little bit away from the church. Had to come back. You're leaving the mission area. I'm like, what is going on? Where are these talons? I don't know where they are. So I had to redo that. Managed to redo the mission properly, but I thought I'd record it and see what happened. And right at the start, as the talons kind of get introduced, they're kind of flying around these churches. There's two of them that just bugger off into the distance. I'm like,
like we've seen what happens to other ones. Right, yep. See you later.
We've seen this a couple of times. Not getting involved in this. I'm just like, all right, fair enough. Goodbye.
Oh, you've had much worse bugs than I've had.
Lucky
mine's just been, well, so far.
So far, yeah. We'll see.
I did have a pedestrian who was, the food stalls that on the streets.
Oh yeah.
You know, the carts. And so when it was stood on top of it, but they were like half torso through the umbrella, so they were just floating on top of it. And then I saw a car driving on a wall. That was the best one.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was in the middle of a fight, and then, you know, when sometimes reinforcements turn up in a car,
Oh yeah.
they came screaming around the corner of this alley, and they just started driving on the wall. And then suddenly the car plummeted. And there were, 2 people got out, and they were just walking sideways along the floor, like worms. It was really odd. But yeah, I did record that.
Oh, I did get one as well for a photo op, where I was coming up to this basketball court, and you got to take a photo with like the guys that are playing basketball. There's just a ball there flowing, doing things. No one else. Just a ball, just doing things. Like.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of floating objects.
Okay.
I've seen a floating Molotov cocktail. At least I think it was a Molotov cocktail.
Dangerous. Yeah.
The last one that I've had is I've beaten somebody up, and they started rising into the air like they were going to heaven. I did record that one as well.
God.
It's like they started slowly floating upwards.
Maybe SpiderMan does kill.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Anyway, I feel like we're getting on it a bit, but like obviously there are issues there, but it is a really good game. Like I'm really enjoying the story, and if it wasn't Spider-Man or another fantastic game, I don't think I'd be so close to completing it in a 2-day period, because it is really good.
So you've just made the story, pretty much. Is that right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I've only done, to be honest, I have done quite a lot of those shards, you know, those sand shards for Sandman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did have actually
That's
one more glitch. I got to a point where so if you've done them shards, you'll know there's a cutscene kind of thing that you do. Yep. You do L2 R2 to split it up, but the cutscene didn't trigger, and Spider-Man was just there trying to break it open, and I was clicking the buttons, and it just wasn't happening. So I had to restart that checkpoint to do that bit again. Because it was just there, like it did like the haptic feedback, like trying to fight against you and everything. I was like, it's not happening. What's going on?
Have either you done the Prowler things?
I've not, no.
I've done some of them. If I've come across them, I do them.
Yeah, do you find that mechanic really infuriating, the R2 L2 thing?
I like it. I mean, it hurts your fingers after a while.
But just
wait, you got to get them in like the right spot.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like it's so twitchy.
I quite like it.
But when it's like really small though, you've got to try and keep it out window, and it's just wobbling all over the place. I mean, people won't understand what we're talking about if they're not playing it, but you'll know when you play it. I
will say I do think this game has some really good use of the haptic feedback.
It does, yeah.
Like probably the most out of any PS5 game I've played outside of Astrobot.
Yeah.
There is one neighborhood mission that I did with Biles. I don't know if you've come across it. I'll not try to say too much, but you get to a point where you end up picking up like these spray cans, and you can like do some graffiti stuff. Not quite like Infamous.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've done it. Is that
it's not? Go on.
No, never mind. No, I don't want to say it for spoiler reason.
Let's say I'm trying to be as vague as much, but you like spray something onto a wall.
But if it's the mission I think about, I'm thinking it is. That's wonderfully designed. That
it is really nice. Yeah. Yeah, because do you know what? Actually, no, I'll try and keep it as vague as possible. But for this particular mission, I was actually wearing my headphones.
Same here.
And it is a.
It's
weird,
more of an experience sort of mission, isn't it?
It's not one that you'd like. Oh, you fight stuff in that. It's more of like it's a nice world building mission, so we say, about other characters in the world and stuff.
Yeah,
it's best I can describe it. But if you do it, I would advise to wear headphones for it, because it's an experience. We'll say it's that just to experience that in that way.
Yeah.
is really cool. I love how they do it as well. They use like prompts and stuff. I thought that was really nice, cute.
Yeah.
And plus it involves a cat, so everyone loves cats.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use like spray can, and I do kind of wish it was a little bit like Infamous though, like where you could.
I did turn it
controller.
sideways, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, but then I saw there was a prompt where you had to use.
You have to kind of like
thumbstick.
you have to do it that way, but you can do the thumbstick. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed at that point, but I understood why I did it. But
it made sense.
Such a wonderful side quest, and I think this is probably actually a strength of this game. That I think each kind of side quest seems to have like its own contained little story, and they're all kind of like emotional as well.
Yeah, sometimes they've got their own little mechanics in it as well.
Yeah,
it's like that was definitely a unique thing.
No, that's yeah, for sure.
I don't want to say too much, but there's also like cycling in there at points. It's just really, it's nice to when each side mission doesn't feel the same. Basically, it feels like you're doing something different. And the side missions aren't too long either. It's like they've got like 2, 3, maybe 4 parts to it. And as you mentioned earlier, it's not just a series of collectibles. I mean, there are collectibles in there, obviously, but they don't seem overwhelming, do they?
No, not in this one.
I think there's one. I think there's one where I think there's a bit too much collecting of it that I've come across so far.
So the spider bots.
Yeah.
There is quite a few of them. I don't know the story behind them as of yet, but I like the designs, little ones. I like the JJJ one.
Oh yeah, I just got that one.
I've not seen that. I liked the Noir one. That's pretty cool. Where the Trilder.
Oh yeah.
What about the suits though? Have you come across the Spider Noir suit?
I
think I've just unlocked that one.
Have you played with it?
Not yet, no.
No, because it does something with the animation.
If it's similar to like the Spider-Verse ones, then it will be quite similar.
Well, what on this?
So this and then the previous 2 games had specific suits from the Spider-Verse movies where
I can't remember.
I don't know if they did it in the first game, but I know in the Miles game, you can unlock the Into the Spider-Verse suit, and then he basically animates like he's on 1s and 2s, like in the film. Like the animation isn't smooth; it's all like janky.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's
is the same for the Noir one as well?
But you can turn it on and off in the menus, which is good, just in case you.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did see this said when it was either that one or it was the Into the Spider-Verse one from Miles. But once I unlocked it, it said you can actually use that like animation style and graphic style for any suit you unlock.
Yeah.
Like you can just turn it on and off. It's not just exclusive to that suit, which is cool. I like they've done that. I love the range of suits in this game. I don't know what it is compared to like the previous 2. With this one, I don't know. Like the suits seem more.
Oh, nice. I like how they've got the whole style system as well. So effectively, each suit you've actually got 4 suits.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Because
that's a wicked idea.
Because there is a point where you'll buy a suit and then you're like, oh, actually that doesn't look too great to wear. I wish it were that colour. And then you've got choices now.
I will say I've not played in too many different suits as of yet. I've been like, I think for like my first playthrough, I want to keep it like strictly almost like kind of story suits.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then in my inevitable New Game Plus, when it comes out, I'll be like, right, I'm trying this, that range, that style. I'm just gonna go nuts. Can I just say as well, the attention of detail to this game is just mental. I love that, like, when you get into fights and you've taken like some damage and you come out of it, there's actual like battle damage on the suits now. It's not just tied to like story. I love that. You see it, and then in cutscenes there as well. Sometimes you go into a cutscene with just like absolute shredded suit. That's cool.
Yeah. I can't wait to finish it. Going for that platinum.
I'm absolutely going for that platinum.
The only problem I'm worried about is, the resources. There's like, is there 4 resources to collect, I think? And one of them is hero tokens. I'm just slightly worried that I'm not going to be able to do enough to get all the hero tokens I need to unlock everything.
What do you need for the hero tokens?
Well, it changes for different things. So like,
True.
Like level 3 of the gadget, you might require hero tokens, and then like a few other suits might require hero tokens. And I think they're the most rarest resource.
I think you've got,
And there's one of the side missions which is time based, and if you do it quicker, you get more hero tokens. I'm just worried that I'm just worried that I'm just going to be like the bare minimum on each one, and I'll come away not with enough tokens to complete everything.
Yeah.
But I'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. I'll just have to get good, won't I?
Yeah, that's
it. Get quicker.
I did. I forget. One of them I found quite tough. I forget which one it is. That there's one where you have to go from like platform to platform, and I think it's just like the time to get from each platform is just taking too long for me. Like, I think it was you had to do it in like a minute, and I was like 2 minutes 7.
Yeah, it's disheartening when you're not even close to it.
Yeah, there was a difficult one as well with the brute enemies.
Oh yeah.
That I just did by about 3 seconds.
Yeah, you got to make use of the train in that one, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a certain train that goes by that really helps you in that one.
It does help you.
So, but
anyway, shall we draw this to a close? Because I feel like we could go on all night with this.
Yeah, sure.
But what we've established is a great game, fantastic. Play it, people, but just beware of a few little bugs.
Yeah, most of the time, even the bugs are funny, so you don't even need to worry about that too much.
Well, it seems like you've had much worse bugs than I have, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on that. I'm really gonna have to keep an eye out on that. So there we go. If you enjoy listening to us, please consider tuning in next time. We release weekly on Tuesdays. You can visit our website at jokingdolphin.com. Follow us on all social media platforms to continue the conversation. You can find Joking Dolphin on YouTube and Facebook, as well as on Instagram and Twitter at Joking Dolphin. Until next time, thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.